Save your hearing with in-ear monitors. Hey everybody, Jay Allen here. Welcome back to the channel. So I've been playing in bands for a few years now, and I've had always wanted to be in a band, and it took until a couple of years ago to finally achieve that dream of being in a band. And I was playing bass for a local band and playing and singing backup vocals. And the first thing that I sort of noticed when we began to rehearse was how incredibly loud being in a live band is. Now, a lot of people have kind of commented that the bands that they've been in were able to sort of manage their stage volume pretty well. But it seems like the drummers that I've always played with and the bands that I've been in have been incredibly loud. We're rehearsing in my garage, which it's pretty big, but it's got a lot of reflective surfaces, so it's really loud and kind of echoey a little bit. And so the stage volume is just incredibly loud. And so right away, I chose to use an in-ear monitor system so that I could control the volume going into my ears and then kind of tune out the excess noise. And they've kind of been a lifesaver as far as I'm concerned. And so I reached out to Xvive to see if they would send me one of their in-ear monitor systems. They had approached me to do the wireless guitar setup, which I did. And so I asked them to send me one of these here. This is the Xvive U4 in-ear wireless in-ear monitor system. And I had been using these sort of real cheapy in-ear monitor systems from Amazon, and these work just fine. They don't have a real long lifespan. They're not made out of real high quality material. That's all plastic and everything, and so they have a tendency to get beat up when you throw them in your gig bag or your tote with all your audio gear. So I'd always wanted to try these by Xvive. I've seen them on Amazon and whatnot, and so I reached out to the folks at Xvive, and they were kind enough to send me a set. So what you have is, you've got this transmitter. This is the antenna. It's got an XLR connector on it, and you can change the channel settings on it. It's got a little button there, so you can change. It's got 6 different channels. They're on the 2.4 gigahertz, I believe it is, spectrum, the same as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So sometimes you will get interference. At least I've noticed that with the cheaper in-ear monitors. Let's see, some specs on these. They are a mono system. They're not stereo. So it says it has over a 90-foot range. It's got 107 dB signal to noise ratio, 24-bit, 48 hertz audio, broad spectrum of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, dynamic range of 107 dB, and less than 5 milliseconds of latency, and you get 5 hours of battery life on a full charge. Connects with a 3.5 millimeter jack there for your earbuds, and again, it is a mono setup. So the sort of the difference between these and the inexpensive ones on Amazon is this thing, first of all, is built like a tank. This is all metal. The housing is all metal. The belt clip is metal. It's got nice knobs and like a real smooth volume knob on it. Really well made. Same with the transmitter. The transmitter's got some plastic on it, but then there's also some metal. And then they give you a 1/4 inch adapter, XLR to 1/4 inch, so you can plug that into your mixer. A lot of aux outputs on mixers are 1/4 inch. It's pretty big, having that plugged into your mixer is, it's not really small. And then the belt belt pack, I mean, look how much thicker it is than the Xvive. But like I said, it's built really, really well. I mean, it's heavy and it's all metal, so it should hold up. I mean, they feel like they're well made. So let's plug this in and try it out. So I'm going to put a 3.5 millimeter adapter onto the 1/4 inch adapter, and then I can plug this into my iPad here, so then I can just play some music through the iPad. And then if I didn't mention, there's a little button here to change channels, and there's a button on that to change channels. And then there's a mute, power or mute. Mute basically just turns it off. And then there's an aux and line. So there's line level, and that's what you would use when you're plugged into your mixing board. And then there's this aux button setting, and that's what you would use if you're running through a computer or out of your tablet or whatever. We'll go right into the audio interface on my setup here. I've got the volume turned all the way up on the tablet, and now we're pretty low on the volume on the the receiver rather. So I'm going to turn it up. And I don't have the gain set real high on the audio interface either, so but this is pretty loud. It's nice and clear too. It's got a good tone, good sound.
When you wake up in the morning and drag yourself out of bed and you try.
And then you're supposed to have 90 feet of range, so I'm going to take a walk. So there, that I had walked across, the basement and up the stairs towards the garage, maybe 50 feet away. Doesn't sound like didn't sound like it cut out or anything. So yeah, these are pretty nice. I'm pretty impressed. So it looks like these are retailing on Amazon for $183, which is, that's quite a bit more expensive than the cheap Lakatos. I'd have to do a comparison between battery life and all that other stuff, but like I said, the Xvive says that it lasts for 5 hours. I think the Lakatos are usually around $50. Yeah, 45 is what I paid for mine. And then I had bought a UHF band in-ear monitor system, and that one's pretty good too, and that was $60. So I don't think that these aren't necessarily worth the price. They're definitely built well, and if the batteries last, these things will last a lifetime. And the housing does have screws on it, so maybe it's possible to replace the battery. That's the problem with these types of things. Once the battery starts to go, then what do you do with it? You're pretty much stuck with a device that you can't use anymore. So I don't know. I guess they're kind of designed to be thrown away, but this is actually a pretty nice nice piece of gear. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to try them out in comparison and see how they do as far as band practice and battery life and all that stuff, and maybe I'll do a follow-up on it. But these are pretty awesome little in-ear monitors. So I highly recommend that if you're in a band, especially if you do vocals, if you sing in a band, having in-ear monitors is really nice. So let me know what you think. What are your thoughts about in-ear monitors? Do you use in-ear monitors? Do you not use in-ear monitors? Is your band super loud? Do you have a way to keep the stage volume down so that everybody doesn't go deaf when they're playing? So let me know your thoughts. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.